Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is Virtual Nunchucks, the immortal gaming legend, as you know him. You love him. It is me. And of course, thank you. I want to say thank you again to all of our subscribers, all of our followers on Twitch, our subscribers on YouTube. You guys are awesome. I want to say thank you very much for all your support. If you could, leave me a like on this video, leave me a comment to let me know what you thought, see how we can improve. We're always looking to do that. And keep in mind that once I get the review, or once I get the grips that I ordered from Volt, I think it's Voltage Tech shop. Once I get those, I will certainly review those, and I ordered several pair, so I'm hoping that if they are good, that I can do a giveaway for you guys. A couple, maybe one or two lucky people of my followers and my subscribers will be fortunate enough to get a pair of grips. Again, if they are good. If they are trash grips, which I'm hoping they're not, I will not be giving them away because I don't want to give away, not good stuff. So we're waiting for that. So keep an eye out for that review, and if we get lucky, we can do a good giveaway. But today, right now, what I'm going to talk to you guys about is two things. One, if you missed the Twitch stream today, twitch.tv/virtualnunchucks, if you missed that, it is up on the Twitch channel right now, twitch.tv/virtualnunchucks. It's there. I streamed for almost a little over an hour and a half, somewhere around there, almost 2 hours. And then Black Ops 4 I was playing, but Black Ops 4 decided to crash because Treyarch, in their infinite wisdom, decided to give us an update today, which I knew was coming. However, I did not know that they were going to do it right in the middle of my stream. So it crashed, and I'm still waiting. It is now 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm still waiting for that to upload. So what I did was, because I had to stream from my PlayStation, I streamed about an hour or so of this Uncharted Nathan Drake's collection. I started with Uncharted 2, since Uncharted 1 is up on the channel, on the YouTube channel. Now I'm gonna basically port those videos over to YouTube so that they'll be on both channels as well, just in case you miss it. And the fun we have during our live streams is incredible. Okay, because even if I don't get to play with you guys, I still get to talk with you guys, and that is incredible. It's fun. And I want to say thank you to Sayori for showing up from Japan. It was very late in the evening for her, about 2:30, when she first started paying attention, and I appreciate it. She's friends with my son, and she drops by from time to time, and I appreciate her doing so. It was fun. All right, so what am I on here today for? Today, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I'm going to basically review it for you. And no, I don't have any footage, and no, I don't have any music, because copyright claims on YouTube are becoming a problem, so I figured I'd turn down all the music and just let the screen do its thing. Now, Uncharted: Lost Legacy, for those of you who don't know, was originally supposed to be strictly DLC for Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Okay, it was going to be like an aside story, a little, okay, what happened to Nadine Ross after Uncharted 4, what happened to Chloe, blah, 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 okay? That was the original plan. However, because because Naughty Dog doesn't know how to do anything small, they released it sometime back now, back in August after the first game Uncharted 4 came out. They released it as a standalone title, and they titled it Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and it was a Chloe and a Nadine Ross adventure. Now, the idea is that they are supposed to be going after the tusk of Ganesh, an Indian, I want to say fable, Indian story, lost city, that kind of stuff. Typical Uncharted stuff. And I was excited because I love the Uncharted series. And anything that puts me in that world with those characters. I don't care if it's Chloe, I don't care if it's Sully. I don't care if it's Sam. I don't care if it's Charlie. All those characters, they resonated because they were very well written, and I enjoyed the world, the whole universe that they created. So when it came out, I was excited. I was really excited, and I'd been meaning to pick it up, and I'd been meaning to pick it up, and I'd been meaning to pick it up, and I just never did. But I finally picked it up because it was on sale in the PlayStation stores. I picked it up, I downloaded it, and I played it. And I even put it on a live stream. There's a live stream of us playing it up on YouTube right now. So, check it out. And if you pay attention to the live streams, if you drop by the live streams while we were playing, you'll know that my biggest complaint about this particular story was Nadine Ross. Don't get me wrong, the graphics are still there, the spectacle is still there, the quippy one-liners, although very strange to hear them come out of Chloe sometimes, still there. But it bugged me that Nadine Ross was there, not because I didn't think of her as a good character in Uncharted 4, but she was kind of like a secondary or a tertiary character in that universe, at that time.
But people liked her.
And I found her to be enjoyable in Uncharted 4, so I was kind of hoping for a really rousing adventure with these two ladies. And about, I don't know, an hour or so in, you could hear me on the stream going, I'm not so sure I'm sold on Nadine. And I kept saying that, I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys to play it. I think before I totally, destroy the game, I want to tell you the positives are, like I said, the spectacle is still there, the one-liners are still there, the characters as we know them, the characters that are in the game that we know, they're still there, their character is intact, their personality is intact, so I think it's worth it. The game itself, the gunplay is still pretty tight. It's never been great for an Uncharted game, but it's still, it's an Uncharted game, so it is what you expect, but it's fun, and that's the point, right? But I wasn't sold on the character chemistry. I had a problem with it, especially for the first, 4 or so chapters. I was really, really concerned about the chemistry. It just wasn't there. Some of the jokes seemed to fall flat. Some of the little moments where you'd think, hey, that's going to be funny when they end this, Chloe made it funny. She tried with the dialogue she had, but they just fell flat, and I kept saying, what's missing here? What's the big deal? Something's missing. And I said, I know this isn't going to be a Nathan Drake thing, so Nate's not going to show up. He's not going to be in the game, and that's okay. But there's just something missing. There's a character MacGuffin or something is missing to where they need somebody to play off of besides these two, because it's just not working. They need something. And one of the best dialogues, in my opinion, is always between, for example, Uncharted 3. I liked Uncharted 3 because you had Sully, you had Nate, and you had Charlie and Chloe, and then sometimes you had Charlie and Chloe and Nate, and then sometimes you had Sully and Nate, and it just, they played off one another so well. And I was like, something's missing, because these jokes are falling flat. They shouldn't fall flat. They're appropriate for the moment, so it shouldn't fall flat. And then a character showed up that needed to show up, in my opinion, from the beginning. But it was supposed to be like a, oh, guess who showed up kind of moment. And once this character, and again, I won't spoil it for you, but once this character shows up and they start playing off, three of them start playing off of one another, and the angst that's there and the stupidity that's there, it starts to click. All the jokes start to fall in place. The laughter, the merriment, whatever you want to call it, it all starts to click, and the chemistry starts to be there. And so then I started to warm up to Nadine Ross, because Nadine Ross then became part of this merry band of stupid. I don't know how else to put it. It was just, it was like the three, okay, the best way I know how to put it, if you remember the 80s movies, The Three Amigos, okay? Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase, okay? Those guys were dumb. They were funny and stupid and dumb. And that's kind of what it reminded me of. Not so much the dumb part, because it was still an action-adventure game, and it's still a treasure hunting game and all that stuff. And it fit. But the chemistry there and the way that those three characters interact in this game is what saved it for me. And this happens about halfway through. And then it just carries it on through the rest of the game to the end conclusion. And there is, for those of you who care about this kind of thing, there is an after the credits moment that also continues to sell it. So, the character development, the problem that I had was, it was just trying to get attached to Chloe, or to Nadine, and make it work. But they finally did it, because they introduced another character into the mix that made it work. They played off each other real well. It just worked. And then I really enjoyed the rest of the game. It's a slow start, but again, the spectacle is there. I mean, you get to drive around India in a Jeep, looking for this lost city. The bad guy, Asav, it looks fairly unassuming when you first see him. You're thinking, okay. Basically a gun-toting nerd, and then he turns out to be something entirely different. That was kind of nice, the way they had written him. So he makes a decent bad guy, and the story itself, the way that it unfolds when they're looking for the thing that they're looking for, the Tusk of Ganesh, it unfolds really nicely. And when you think you're about done, you're obviously not, because you find the thing. Okay, they eventually find the thing, and about halfway through the story, you think you're done, and then it just keeps going, and it keeps going, and there's a big, huge payoff with a train chase. And you know what? If nothing else, if the rest of the game was just blah, and then you got to the train chase, that would have sold it for me, because that train segment was pretty cool. Now again, if you watch some of my streams, you'll know that I died quite a few times doing stupid things and looking for stupid things and all that stuff. But if you just play it and you just make little mistakes, very few mistakes, I should say, then you'll understand. So do I think it's worth the price point? Right now, I think you can get it for $30, $29.99. You might be able to get it cheaper someplace like GameStop or Amazon or something like that. But right now on the PlayStation Store, it's $29.99 if you're into digital. Is it worth that? I think so. I think it's worth the price that you pay, because basically it's just basically a AAA title, except it is very, in comparison to, say, Uncharted 3 or even 4, it is very short, because it wasn't meant to be a full-blown AAA title, but again, they can't make anything short. So it took me several hours, because I died, okay? But if you don't die a lot, you're probably looking at 3 to 4 hours to complete it. Maybe 5. The one saving grace is that if you don't dig the story, which, again, give it a shot. I think you will. But if you don't dig the story, there is still a multiplayer component on Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. You can play, and it's just like the Uncharted. When I say just like, it's like the Uncharted. What they say? What they do? 2 and 3? Was it 2 and 3 they started doing multiplayer? Either way, if you played multiplayer in 3 and 4, then 2, 3, and 4, then you'll be very comfortable. The one thing that they have introduced, just like they did in 4, is they have introduced the swinging mechanic with the rope. And things like that, so that livens up gameplay a little bit. And it's basically your standard multiplayer stuff like death matches and all that stuff. If you saw it in 3 and 4, it's there. Okay, but for me, it's always been about the single player narrative and the characters. That's what I do on this channel, and that's what I enjoy. So I was sold on it the minute that it started to pick up with that third character, and I was sold, and I said, okay, yeah, I can play this again. I can enjoy this again. This is worth my time. And then the multiplayer was just kind of like icing on the cake for those of us who play multiplayer from time to time and enjoy that. I think you will. I think it's worth the $30 to pick it up, or if you, like I said, if you can get it cheaper, get it cheaper. It's been out for a while now. But I think if you've played 4 and you got attached to the characters in 4 and you want to know what happens to them, then I think this is a nice way to both wrap their story up and give you an idea as to what could possibly happen with this franchise going forward if Naughty Dog decides to do another Uncharted game, which I kind of hope they do. But if Naughty Dog is listening, I don't know why they would, but if they're listening, I would recommend and ask, you can keep Nadine, that's okay. Just make sure that she's got some people with a little personality to play off of. Keep Chloe, definitely. Bring back bring back Charlie, bring back Sully, maybe once or twice, because, it's Sully. If nothing else, we could always use his line where he says, Abby, go to you-know-where, every so often, just because. That, to me, was one of the best lines in 2 games. I don't know why. But anyway, that's just a thought. And if at all possible, pick it up. If you've enjoyed these characters or the game series at all, you owe it to yourself to pick it up. I think it's worth it. And I hope that this helps people. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my feedback. Leave me a comment again if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you thought about it if you've played it. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed the content. Hope you did. You can always follow me on Twitter at vnunchucks. My Twitter handle is at vnunchucks, and then of course facebook.com/virtualnunchucks, youtube.com/virtualnunchucks, and of course twitch.tv/virtualnunchucks. We just started today, so you haven't missed a whole lot. Like I said, I'll try to get some of those ported over to YouTube here later today so that you guys can see it, but it's also up on the channel under past broadcasts. Go ahead and take a look at it. I think you'll enjoy it. I know we had a lot of fun today, and I appreciate everybody again who supports me and Ryan on this channel. We appreciate that very, very much. It is greatly appreciated, and I hope you guys have a great day. Keep an eye out for a review that's up now or at least my thoughts on the game of Black Ops 4 right now. And it's a little different because it is based on situations that I have as a multiplayer gamer. If I play multiplayer, there are situations that I need as a disabled person for Treyarch to look at. I don't know that they're going to be able to do that because apparently they just decided to take it out. But take a look at it. I think it's worth your time as well. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys tomorrow. The plan is, if I can get everything downloaded, the plan is from now on to do Twitch from 12 p.m. to whenever. and then maybe do live streams on YouTube from about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon until for at least a couple hours, give or take, until then, because I want to be able to play with everybody if you don't have time to come over to Twitch or whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys around, and I hope that this is helpful to somebody. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Okay?